Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your reading. Hope you're all well. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to do a love tarot reading for you guys, a collective general love tarot reading. See what you've got going on in love. It is a collective reading, so it won't be for all of you. Please take what resonates and leave what does not. I don't know if I already said, but it is Sunday the 19th of April 2026. So what do we have going on in love for Sagittarius? What messages do we have in love for Sagittarius? What does Sagittarius need to know in love? Three of Cups in the upright. Celebratory sort of an energy, meeting up with friends, family, socializing, partying. It's a nice community sort of happy energy. Four of Cups. Some of you might be feeling a little bit disappointed at the moment in love, in sort of just disappointed, sad, upset about something, dwelling on something in the present, in the past perhaps. The Devil in reverse. Some of you could be detaching from some sort of unhealthy habit, thought pattern, connection. Something that's heavy, unhealthy, but you're kind of trying to detach from it, or you have detached from it, or you have kind of let it go. Justice. A decision. Making a decision to bring harmony, balance, and also thinking about actions, consequences. Perhaps a decision that's been made has brought fairness and harmony and balance for someone in a situation, in a connection. I'm getting quite heavily actions and consequences. There's been a fair outcome in something. I'm also getting a karmic energy of some sort of lesson that has been learned. Some sort of lesson has been learned, and now the lesson is learned. Someone can let go of it. Why is the Devil here in reverse energy for Sagittarius in love? That one wants to come out. I'm going to take you. Judgment, yeah, there you go. Someone's come to some sort of awakening, renewal. There's a decision here that's been made, some sort of awakening that's happened, that's allowed someone to detach from something that was unhealthy, heavy, toxic, negative. Some had some sort of hold on them. Why is justice here for Sagittarius in love? Four of Pentacles in reverse. So someone's been holding on quite tightly to something, someone. Holding on quite tightly. There's an energy of holding on quite tightly, but also releasing something, someone. Four of Cups. Why is it here for Sagittarius in love? The Moon. Now the Moon can be fear, fear of the unknown. It can be secrecy, something that is hidden. There's something here that someone was hiding, they didn't want someone to know about. Something that was unhealthy, or something that just something that someone didn't want someone else to know about. Why is the Three of Cups here for Sagittarius in love? King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is a very grounded energy, very stable, very solid. Could be something here to do with work, money, finances, career, building something for the future. Looking ahead, looking forward. There's something here that's been released and detached from that was affecting someone's stability. And they have let go of that in order to create fairness, harmony, balance and stability. A grounded energy in their life that was once very unstable, very unhealthy, very toxic. Why is the moon here? The Sagittarius in love. The Tower in reverse. So there could be some resistance here, or there has been some resistance to an ending. There's an ending that needs to take place, a tower moment, some sort of realization or transformation that needs to take place, that someone is resisting because they are fearful about it. They don't want to let the tower fall because they're fearing what might happen if it falls, if they let it fall, if they make this change or allow this to happen. There's some sort of, it might be a catastrophe sort of thing. Someone's very fearful of something falling down. Why is Judgment here for Sagittarius in love? The Hierophant in reverse. Now, there could be some sort of difference between you and someone here. An age difference, a belief difference, difference in background, upbringing, whatever it is. There's also something here about someone not taking advice. Someone's not taking some advice they're being given, or they're going against the grain, they're rebelling in some way. There is an energy here as well with regards to commitment, perhaps marriage, but more so about commitment. Why is the King of Pentacles here for Sagittarius in love? Three of Wands. Looking ahead, looking towards the future. Someone's waiting on something or someone. Waiting for their ships to come in, waiting for someone to connect with them, contact them. This waiting energy here. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Why is it here for Sagittarius in love? The Magician. Determination to manifest, to create something, make something happen. Feeling confident, feeling determined to manifest something good, to begin something, to start something. Feeling within your power to do so. There's a very solid, stable, determined, confident energy here for someone. You've got a lot of majors here, Sagittarius. Why is the Hierophant here in reverse energy for Sagittarius in love? Five of Wands. Conflict. friction, tension, arguments, perhaps heated discussion, just some sort of conflict. Is there some sort of conflict because of differences I'm getting? Why is the Tower here in reverse energy for Sagittarius in love? Six of Pentacles. Giving, generous, being generous, giving, sharing. Someone's being very generous with something. There's something here about money, stability, but more so money. Someone's giving a lot, being very generous. Why is the Magician here? Sagittarius in love. Eight of Swords. Stress, anxiety, worry, negative thoughts. Someone's trapped in their mind about something here. Why is the Three of Wands here for Sagittarius in love? Ten of Cups in reverse. Some sort of separation, or kind of there's been perhaps a separation, a breakup, a breakdown, perhaps within a marriage or a commitment, or there is a third party sort of energy here as well for someone, one of you, I don't know, I'm not saying it's for all of you, but there is some sort of third party getting in the way sort of an energy here, which is causing conflict or has caused conflict. Someone's stuck in their mind about something. There's a very karmic energy here, Sagittarius. Some sort of lesson that needs to be learned, or something that's, there's something unhealthy, kind of toxic here. There's an ending that needs to take place that someone is resisting. It's causing conflict. There's some sort of issue within a commitment, within a marriage. Why is the Ten of Cups here in reverse for Sagittarius in love? Five of Wands, there's a lot of conflict here. Conflict, friction, tension, perhaps arguments, perhaps conflict within family, or within sort of family within a marriage kind of thing. I'm getting that energy. Why is the Five of Wands here twice for Sagittarius in love? Justice again. There's someone here that's facing some sort of consequence for their actions that they've taken. They're facing some sort of conflict, arguments. Six of Pentacles. Why is it here for Sagittarius in love? Strength in reverse. Someone's needing to tame themselves or take back their power in some way. But I'm also getting someone there's been someone that's a little bit needing to hold themselves back, tame themselves. Why is the Nine of Swords here for Sagittarius in love? The Empress. Someone's needing to do something for themselves here. The Empress is a very, well, the Empress, she's the mother, the nurturer, she's abundant, she's fertile ground in which everything grows. Could be something to do with pregnancy here. Pregnancy, children, someone that's pregnant or trying to conceive. Or there is a pregnancy here. I'm getting a pregnancy that's not known about. I'll just touch on it very quickly and just leave it there. There's something about an unknown pregnancy within a marriage, within a commitment. Why is the Five of Wands here twice for Sagittarius in love? Eight of Pentacles in reverse. I'm going to put these into their suits in a minute, Sagittarius, because there's that moon's there and there's messages here that I'm not getting. I'm not sure if I'm going to get them, but I'll try. Why is Strength here in the reverse? King of Swords. Why is Justice here twice for Sagittarius in love? Page of Wands. Why is the Empress here for Sagittarius in love? Four of Pentacles again in reverse energy. One from the top of each. King of Wands in reverse. Eight of Swords again. Queen of Cups. Page of Swords. Five of Swords. Eight of Wands in reverse. Seven of Swords. Six of Swords in reverse. I'm looking at these and I'm shaking my head because there's something very heavy here. There's something very heavy. I'm going to put them into their suits. One moment. Okay, Sagittarius. There's quite a lot here for a lot of you. Different situations, different energies. I'll just go with it and see what comes out. The Magician. There was a determination and a confidence for something to grow here. But there was something here about a commitment. That something went against a commitment. Or something happened outside a commitment, a marriage, something that was a little bit toxic, a little bit secret, a little bit all that kind of stuff. Someone was acting, well, impulsively. There's a lot of fire energy here. I mean, this could be your energy, Sagittarius, but there's a lot of fiery energy here that needed to be tamed, needed to be pulled back. There's a lot of conflict here, friction, tension, perhaps arguments. There's a waiting energy. There's a third party energy here. Someone was waiting for someone to make some sort of decision or do something that needed to be done, but someone was very trapped in their mind about doing it. There was a lot of resistance to walking away from something. There's been some communication along the way, messages, perhaps communication online, perhaps secret communication online. There was communication about doing something, but someone wasn't too sure about how they were going to do it. There was fear here, a lot of negative thinking. Someone was trapped in their mind about this, anxious, worried. There was an unhealthy, toxic energy here that someone needed to detach from. Someone knew they needed to rein themselves in, tame themselves, stop this unhealthy kind of temptation or habit, whatever it was. There's a tower moment that needs to happen that someone is resisting making, but there's an unknown here. There's also judgment. There's some sort of spiritual awakening. Someone knows what they need to do, but they're not sure how they're going to do it. But they are coming to some sort of awakening within themselves about what it is that needs to happen here. There's a separation, perhaps a breakdown, a breakup within a connection, a long-term relationship, a long-term commitment or marriage that has or is coming to an end. There's something here about to do with finances, stability. Someone was holding on, or just to do with this. Someone was holding on very tightly. Someone was over. just holding on to something tightly that they needed to let go of because it was unhealthy for them. Someone was kind of putting in a lot of effort, energy, time, love, care into a connection, but they weren't getting the same sort of generosity or effort back from a person. There's something that has come to an end here, that needed to come to an end. There's the Page of Wands energy there. There was a lot of thought, action, adventure, sort of thinking about everything that someone could do, but there was no direction here. There was no direction. It was impulsive. It was kind of in the moment. And someone, they kind of had this idea of, yeah, let's do this, you know, excitement, sort of plans, but wanting to take action, but they didn't know what action they wanted to take. They were a bit here, there, and everywhere. There was no clear plan, a lack of planning. Very kind of in the moment with no clear plan for the future. Someone was waiting around for this. There's a decision that's been made, and it's more to do with calming things down. I'm getting. Someone is very fearful of judgment. Someone is very fearful of being judged by others or a community or a family. There's someone here, they went against the grain, they went against tradition, they went against a commitment, they went against their beliefs, their traditions, their upbringings, whatever it is. And they're very fearful of being judged for that. Someone knows that they did something that they shouldn't have, and they're now trying to be fair and make that good and detach from that unhealthiness, that temptation, that third party, whatever it is, whether it's drinking, smoking, gambling, having affairs, whatever it is, someone's trying to detach from it, but they're kind of trying to keep the peace. They don't want any more conflict. They don't want any more sort of arguments, or they're trying to do what's fair by everyone in a situation. There's a lot of mental energy here. There's a lot of thinking. There's a sort of strategic energy here as well that I'm getting. There could have been, sorry, I just had to pause there. There could have been some communication with regards to a logical decision that someone's being sensible here, making a logical decision, a head over heart decision. Someone's bringing some truth and some clarity to a situation. They've kind of come from a Page of Swords energy to a King of Swords energy. They've detached from this. They were trapped in their head about something. They wasn't really too sure. There was some news coming, a message coming, and someone's made a logical decision for the good of all, who is involved in this more heavy situation that I'm talking about here. Something had to give. Something had to kind of put a stop into this impulsive, unhealthy. Someone was doing things that they knew it was harmful to themselves, to their family, to their spouse, to their mister, their missus, whatever it was. They knew they had to do something to reel this in, to tame this fire, to tame this temptation, this unhealthiness, this toxic thing that was going on. There's someone here that keeps a lid as well on their emotions, their feelings. They have feelings, they have emotions, they do have love, but they keep a lid on it. They're somewhat detached in their emotions. And there's someone here that's very much focused on their stability, on their money, but their family, their stability, their safety, their security. And that's why things had to be sort of reined in, because it wasn't stable, and their priority is their stability. So there's a lot here, Sagittarius, for lots of you, lots of different energy, lots of situations going on. I think the messages have been delivered, so I'm going to leave that one there. Thank you for tuning in. I hope it resonated, hope it helped. If it did, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you would like more readings from me, please click the bell at the top of my page and you will get a notification next time I do a reading. Lots of love, best wishes, until next time. Bye bye.